Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to AM News and Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anita Patrick. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu to grace the 8th edition of the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit as a special guest of honor. The announcement was made during a press briefing in Abuja by the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabire Erewa, scheduled to take place from November 11 to 13, 2025 in Abuja. With its national elective convention fast approaching, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it is leaving nothing to chance in ensuring a smooth and colorful event. The party's Entertainment and Welfare Subcommittee met in Abuja to fine-tune plans for delegates, welfare, logistics, and entertainment ahead of the convention scheduled for November 14th and 15th in Ibadan, Oyo State. Global TV's political correspondent Ubong Usoro has the rest of the story.
It's less than a month to the PDP's National Elective Convention, and preparations are in top gear. Members of the Entertainment and Welfare Subcommittee converged in Abuja to deliberate on key arrangements aimed at ensuring comfort, unity, and a memorable experience for party delegates. Discussions centered on logistics, including accommodation, transportation, welfare support, entertainment, programming, all of which are considered crucial to the success of the convention.
We expect a great deal from you because preparations are in full gear, and as members of the Entertainment and Welfare Committee, we are all saddled with the responsibility of thinking on how to entertain our members on that day.
Briefing journalists after the meeting, PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Oloboduwo assured all that the subcommittees are working in harmony to deliver what he described as a credible, peaceful, and unifying national convention.
Our trip, our movement has gathered momentum every day as we move towards Ibadan, and we're promising a very successful convention, which of course will strengthen our party in readiness for the 2027 election, which of course Nigerians are giving us the heads up that it will be won by the PDP.
Committee members also revealed that the convention will feature cultural displays, musical performance, interactive stations designed to celebrate Nigeria's diverse. The subcommittee is expected to present its final program and budget proposal to the main National Convention Organizing Committee within the week. As the PDP intensifies preparations for its convention in Ibadan, expectations are high that the event will not only shape the future of the party but also showcase its commitment to inclusion, culture, and national cohesion. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
As climate change continues to threaten lives and livelihoods across Nigeria, experts and academics are calling for urgent action to strengthen environmental governance and promote sustainable development. This appeal was made at the 3rd Annual Hybrid International Conference of the Federal University, Gusau, Zamfara State. Samuel Odi has the details.
Declaring the conference open, the Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University, Gusau, Professor Mauzu Abubakar, represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academics, Dr. Aliyu Usman, says digitalization has become a global reality that cannot be ignored, especially with the growing influence of artificial intelligence.
Digitalization here is the integration of technology into our various operations.
The conference, organized by the Faculty of Management and Social Science, brought together academics, government officials, traditional rulers, and students to discuss the theme Digitalization, Environment, and Development Challenges in Nigeria. The chairman of the planning committee, Dr. Andowase Abagba, said the event aims to generate research-driven solutions that balance national development and ecological prevention.
Comes in because environmental issues are some of the greatest challenges we are facing today. Being a climate change, being a flooding, which is in turn also linked to that, being a conflict, being issues around mining, and so on and so forth.
Delivering the lead paper, Professor Aminu Abdullahi of Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, highlighted poor environmental governance, low community involvement, and inadequate funding as key issues worsening Nigeria's environmental crisis.
We should strengthen governance and accountability. Promoting accountability, promoting transparency in environmental governance, establishing framework for transparency and accountability in management of resources, combating corruption, implementing measures to reduce corruption in environmental management. And
the Emir of Kauda Namoda, Sanusi Ahmed Asha, stressed the need for effective policies and stronger community participation to mitigate the effectiveness of climate change and protect the environment for future generations.
Deforestation and air pollution. The air pollution or pollution. Here in Zamfara, our pollution is contaminated water because some are mixed with the lead, and up to now we do not do anything about it.
Participants resolved to promote sustainable digital practice, enhance environmental research, and advocate for stronger policy framework to protect Nigerians' ecosystem. Samuel Odi for Global Television News.
The National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, has taken to the streets in protest against the withdrawal of its registration by the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC. The council's leadership describes the move as unlawful, politically motivated, and a direct attack on Nigerian youths. Sadiat Yakubu completes the story.
National Youth Council of Nigeria National President Sukubo Sarah Igbe Sukubo commended the action, stating that the withdrawal of the certificate of the NYCN came despite an existing court ruling delivered by Justice Okoro at the Federal High Court, a matter now on the appeal in Abuja. Sukubo argued that the commission acted prematurely and unlawfully, interfering with a judicial process that has not yet been concluded. He accused the Registrar General Ishaq Magaji of orchestrating the move and described it as a clear abuse of office. According to Sukubo, Magaji's conduct demonstrates incompetence and a disregard for the rule of law.
By the provision of the law, and we will be able to bring it to their notice. And here the fact speaks by itself without even mixing words. And as we speak with you, the commission has appealed to us on the current issues that is happening for us to have peace and dialogue and the way forward. And which we have also assured the commission that ordinarily we are not supposed to live here. But there was a superior court that came, said all issues will be resolved. Based on that,
the NYCN president warned that actions of the Registrar General's office not only threatened the legal standing of the council, but also endangered national security by targeting a body that represents millions of Nigerian youth. The council therefore called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately remove Ishaq Magaji and urged the Senate President and National Security Advisors to step in and restore order.
Here is 1 month protest until the Registrar General is being sacked and removed. But the commission has appealed to us to cease fire. And
investigations carried out by CAC, and the trustees have been suspended for now. And there's an interim management in place. So that's the position right now. So the
protesters vowed to continue their demonstration at the CAC headquarters for the next 1 month or until their demands are met. As the standoff continues, all eyes are on the government and the Corporate Affairs Commission to resolve the crisis in a way that preserves the integrity of the nation youth movement. Sadia Yakubu reporting for Global Television News.
To some health matters, the Federal Ministry of Health says Nigeria is making steady progress in tackling mental health disorders despite the global surge in cases affecting more than 1 billion people worldwide. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Development, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, stated this during a press briefing in Abuja to mark this year's World Mental Health Day. Zarau Nasiru has the details.
World Mental Health Day, commemorated every 10th of October, focuses on promoting global awareness, education, and advocacy against the stigma surrounding mental health challenges. Represented by the Director of Human Resources in the Ministry, Tashoma Dafeta, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Development emphasized that mental health is a fundamental human right. She urged healthcare professionals and civil society groups to continue raising awareness and offering social support to those affected.
Let us pledge to build a society where mental health is prioritized, stigma is eliminated, and care is accessible to all.
The National Coordinator for Mental Health in the Ministry, Dr. Ojo Tunde, said the government is intensifying awareness campaigns, especially among young people, to discourage substance abuse, one of the leading causes of mental health disorders.
But one of the biggest problems about mental health is stigma and discrimination that is attached to it.
The event brought about international partners, mental health advocates, and representatives of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, all reaffirming their commitment to improving mental health services across Nigeria. Zarau Nasir, reporting for Global TV News.
The House of Representatives has joined the global community to commemorate the International Day of the Girl Child, reaffirming Nigeria's commitment to empowering girls as agents of change. Marking the 2025 theme, The Girl I Am, The Change I Lead, Girls on the Front Lines of Crisis, lawmakers urged the federal government to prioritize education and skills development for girls, particularly those affected by conflicts and emergencies. Our National Assembly correspondent tells us more. Coming under a motion of urgent public importance by Kafilat Ogbara, APC Lagos State, lawmakers emphasized only vital to their own future, but the peace, progress, and sustainable development of the nation. The House therefore called on security agencies to strengthen protection mechanism against violence and extend the Ministry of Women Affairs to create safe spaces and provide mental health support for girls. The Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development was directed to ensure compliance with these resolutions.
Call on the federal government to prioritize education and skills development for girls, especially in crisis-affected communities.
In another development, the House resolves to set up an ad hoc committee composed of members drawn from the committees on petroleum resources, upstream and downstream, public accounts, anti-corruption, finance, and legislative compliance to investigate funds appropriated and disbursed for the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries between 2010 and 2024.
To investigate all funds appropriated and disbursed for the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries between the year 2010 and 2024.
The House of Representatives has passed for second reading a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for the creation of Ibadan State with Ibadan as the proposed capital city and for related matters, HB 2439. The motion was moved on the floor of the House by the member representing Ibadan Northeast, Ibadan Southeast Federal Constituency, Oyo State, Adigun Adekunle.
Anything that has to do with refineries cannot solely be the responsibility of downstream. I'm a member of upstream, and I can tell you that downstream, the issue of refineries is also under different committees.
The House, however, adjourned proceeding to Tuesday, 14th October after considering 4 bills for third reading. Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV. You're watching the live broadcast of AM News. When AM News returns, other stories in sports and business will bring to you. Please stay with us. Welcome back. In business, Nigerian government, through the Nigerian Export Processing Zones Authority, has banned the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria from industrial actions that contravene free trade zone regulations. Managing Director of the authority, Olufemi Ogunyemi, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja, stating that Dangote Refinery falls under the free trade zone. The federal government's agencies are prohibited from strikes and lockouts within such zones for a period of 10 years from commencement of operations. And on the foreign scene, the United Nations says it is ready to launch a 60-day plan to help provide aid to the population in Gaza territory as soon as a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas comes into effect. UN Under Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs and Emergency Relief Coordinator Tom Fletcher said during a press briefing in New York that the organization has already pre-positioned 170,000 tons of humanitarian aid for the plan. Here's Uyi Agumofegbe with the details.
The United Nations Emergency Relief Coordinator said the ceasefire deal brokered by the United States President Donald Trump will be crucial in paving a path forward in the interest of the people in Gaza, urging that there must be no going back on the peace plan.
Plan, detailed and tested, is in place. Our supplies, 170,000 metric tons, food, medicine and other supplies, are in place. And our team, courageous and expert and determined, are in place.
Fletcher also stated that the United Nations will provide cash for 200,000 families to cover basic food needs, noting that the organization will restore Gaza's destroyed health system and deliver more medical supplies.
There must be no backsliding on the agreements that have been made. There will be some who will seek to prevent President Trump's plan from being implemented, and that must not be allowed to happen.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres had called on all sides to seize the opportunity to establish a credible political path towards ending the occupation, recognizing the right to self-determination of the Palestinian people and achieving a two-state solution. Uyi Agumofegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
Peru's Congress has voted to remove President Dina Boluarte among the world's most unpopular leaders in a late-night session called hours after political parties from across the spectrum demanded her impeachment as the nation fights an intensive crime wave. Politicians voted to debate Boluarte's removal from office on grounds of moral incapacity and summoned her to defend herself before Congress. However, the president never arrived and lawmakers had sufficient votes to proceed with a rapid impeachment process shortly after midnight, with 124 voting in favor of removing her. And in sports, the countdown to the 27th edition of the Nigerian Universities Games Association (NUGA) has begun, with organizers expressing optimism that this year's games present an opportunity to discover talent across a wide range of sporting activities. Speaking exclusively on Global TV's breakfast program, Global Morning, Vice Chancellor of the institution hosting this year's games, University of Jos, Professor Tanko Ishaya, stated that all is set to ensure a smooth 10-day event that will redefine universities' games across Nigeria. Here's Uyi Agumofegbe for the details.
The Vice-Chancellor said the Games would not only attract people from the university community across the country, but will be a source of discovering talents and strengthening university sports in tertiary institutions for Nigeria and Africa's benefit.
We know we have the best talents in Nigeria, youths. And of course, one of the areas that we get those best talents is from universities. And we believe that NUGA, the Nigerian University Games Association, has been in Nigeria for a while. But not many people even know about NUGA, apart from the the university communities themselves. But one of the things that we said we are going to do differently is to make sure that not only the university community, but Nigeria actually knows about NUGA and knows the essence of NUGA and what we want to achieve.
Professor Ishaya also alleged the fears of prospective participants and sponsors, as well as supporters, assuring that organizers have been working closely with security agencies to forestall any threat aimed at jeopardizing the success of the games.
We have gotten assurances of the various security agencies, and I can tell you even yesterday we were with the Chief of Defense Staff.
Right, so that was on our news.
Yes, with the Chief of Defense Staff to demonstrate to you that we are actually going to whatever level to ensure that at least we have all that it takes in order to give people the assurance that when you come in, there are security mechanisms that we have put in place.
Uyi Agmofwebe reporting for Global TV News.
And here's to some cheering news for Nigerians ahead of the World Cup. Nigeria's Super Eagles have soared to victory, defeating Lesotho in a thrilling encounter that reignited hopes for qualification in the ongoing World Cup campaign. The Super Eagles will take on Benin on Tuesday at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, for the final decided for the World Cup qualifier. We wish them all the best. And that's it on AM News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Anita Patrick. Thank you for being a part of the bulletin.